So a lot of people are defending Ja Morant. They've defended him in the past, and people are now, looking. You're always going to have the fanboys that, no matter what you do, they're going to support whatever dumb decision you make. Getting suspended, getting yourself in trouble at 22 years old, there's still things at 22 years old you should know not to do. He's 25 now. Okay. Let me tell you something. Michael Jordan dunked on Dikembe Mutombo, and then did this to him, because that was Dikembe's thing when he would block your shot. He got a technical foul for doing that. Okay? Warren Sapp got fined for taking his helmet off on the football field after their team made a great play. He got fined. And you know what people said? Okay, NFL players at the time and everything, former NFL players that would, commentators and everything, they were, he should just shut his mouth and just accept whatever the NFL tells him to do, because what else is he going to do to make X amount of millions of dollars a year? And, so it was just things like that. Not even people doing anything disrespectful, not doing anything to try to belittle someone, just simply competitors out there, doing little symbols. I mean, little symbolize, just stuff like that, or someone taking off their helmet, or just the celebration. And I thought that was just petty. But at the same time, you had basketball players that have had many fights on the court. You've had situations where instead of team members breaking the fight up, they jump in. And you've had sometimes where there's been a big brawl breakout. I can remember one time Dennis Rodman got into it with someone, and he was getting pissed off. And Jordan grabbed the motherfucker by the back of his head. They grabbed him. He was like, hey, don't worry about that. Look at the score. We're winning. That's what this is about. We're winning, right? Now, anybody, Jordan included, we're human. We can all lose our cool, lose our temper at situations. But here's a guy being a team leader. Here's a guy saying, hey, you know what? I mean, the guys was trying to do things to Jordan to make him lose his cool. Because, hey, best player on the team, best player in the league. Hey, if we can get him out of here, get him to sit down, we got a chance, right? Hey, listen. Ja Morant has done so many stupid things. Ja Morant is clearly trying to send a message that he's a gangster. These guys come out on the court, crip walking. See, and this is why I did the video and said, what's the issue with Serena Williams? She came out and did a fucking crip walk dance at the Super Bowl. And the thing is, okay, what people failed to realize, and what black people failed to realize, see, racist people, they talk about, I don't even know what they're talking about. Yeah, you might not, and who cares? But the motherfuckers knew what they would. They got the message. Kendrick Lamar was not there speed rapping and doing tongue tricks. No, they got the message. They didn't like the message because the message is true. And see, focusing on Serena Williams was nothing but a deflection. And that's why nobody wanted to talk about the message in the song that he did. No, they wanted to just, she comes out there crip walking in it. Right, okay, right. But the funny thing is, at the Super Bowl, when Dr. Dre came out and Snoop Dogg stood right next to him, crip walking, which I posted. Why nobody had a problem with that? Why was that yay, rah, rah? See, because here's the deal. As long as you keep making songs as black people about destroying each other, unless you got a career of gangster music, you got a career of bragging about being a gangbanger, that's all cool. But the second that you start dropping those truth bombs about racism in this country and they're not like us, and now all of a sudden, I don't, why this and why that? See, you got a punk ass president that has racist people feeling extremely confident that they can come out and say what they want. I watched the video today where a guy fired someone, and when he asked him why, he said, you're of a different culture. What does it matter anyway, right? And pretty much this is what this DEI shit is all about. See, do you hear different boxers or different athletes opening their mouth to speak against this DEI shit and speak against what Trump did? No. Just shut up, nigga. Take what your master give you. That's all this is. You don't see them. You don't hear them saying nothing. They're too busy talking about a bunch of Nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, the NBA has lost a lot of its audience. And I said the same thing. Why y'all coming out in the court, crip walking and throwing up gang signs and all this stupid shit? And he's clearly putting himself in a position where not only is he affiliated with people like that, but you can do something to cause people to, let's say, for example, his team is playing. He has an issue. Something happens with him and some people he's affiliated with. You think that people won't pull up to a game and just boom, mass shooting happens and innocent people are getting hit because they're trying to get John Morant or somebody affiliated with John Morant that may be out there with them. So if you are a gangbanger, that means your entourage, people that's coming to the games, what are they? You see all these concerns and things, so people don't feel safe because of. Now we in a position right here as black folks where, you see all of this marching that's going on, this protesting against Trump and Elon Musk. When black people were doing this Billion Man March, where was all these non-black people at then? And I said, wow, that many people can fill up the streets to do a protest when they want, right? But nobody cared to stand side by side with us. And I saw it at the very last when they had a lot of young white teenagers. They had some, young Latinos, some young Asians, not a whole lot, but they had some of them out there on the front line. It took Trump to do what he's doing now to make racist white people go, hold up, wait a minute, I'm suffering too here. It made racist people, period, look and go, damn, all this time we talking shit about black people, all this time we looking down on these people, all the time we sitting up here believing in this country and thinking that the president was above this kind of stuff, and it's just talking. It's different when you start suffering too, right? That's no different from when they, people was drafting black Americans. See, they didn't want you Latino, you Asian, you whatever. No, they didn't want to draft you. You're not an American citizen. It's not right for you to go get your ass blown off for this country, right? No. So what happens when they're drafting people? You don't sign up, we come get you. You refuse, we lock you up. But then when they started drafting, the sons and grandsons and all that of white Americans that was racist, what is America coming to? Why are your grandkid or your son or daughter, why are they any better than anybody else that they can't go? Have you ever seen a president draft his own kids? Yeah. His grandkids? No, you don't see that shit. So what I'm saying is now, when you see people starting to unite, people starting to speak up, and here's the deal. All this protesting, our black asses don't need to be out there. Why? It's really simple, man. When you have a president that's racist and make it known, what are we doing out there? We'll be the targets. Lies will be told. And you want to know what? When a life is taken, there's no apologies that you want to hear or should you accept that's going to bring that person back anyway. So, like this lady said, it was a white woman. It's our time to protest, our time to face the tear gas, our time to face the water hoses, having the dog sick on us. Our black brothers and sisters have done this too long, and we sat back and made excuses. We sat back and supported racism. See, that's probably the only good thing that's come out of this whole shit with Trump being in, because the very idiots that voted him in are now suffering, and I don't feel sorry for not one of them, but the ones that are waking up and realizing, damn, we fucked up. Yeah, it take you to go through it to understand it or care about it. So this is why when I look at people like John Morant, and there's been many times, every era you have, whether it's a rapper, a singer, an actor, an athlete, they always talk about how I grew up with nothing. I came up in the hood, I came up in the trenches, and if they found themselves in some type of trouble, they always had this stupid excuse, Mike Tyson included. I wasn't used to the money. It was just coming so fast, so I didn't know what to do. And all right, so for some reason, whenever someone finds success, whenever someone is in a position of, wow, I can finally get out of this neighborhood, get my family out of here. Hey man, I can help, people that's still here. I can, try to get together with some of these other millionaires and let's try to start building some things. No. See, that's not what their thought is. Their thought is, let me get arrogant. Let me start doing a bunch of stupid shit. Let me screw as many women as I can. Let me be disrespectful to some of the same people that helped me get to where I'm at and just become a complete moron. This is exactly what ends up happening with these people. So how does it? It's just like when somebody has nothing, right? And they turn around, steal cars, rob. They're not even robbing people. They're not even taking cars to chop shops for money. Let's just commit crimes. Tell me, how is it that's the only thing you can think to do? But if you put that kind of energy into trying to make something, better out of your life, you don't see the purpose. You need quick money, right? You want that right now money. So how can you complain about your situation, but then go put drugs in somebody's system? Go out and do something that's going to cause more harm and detriment than what you're going through. But because you're not happy, you don't care about anybody else as long as they're not in your little circle. John Morant is out here. He apologized before, and I said, apologies don't mean nothing if the actions don't add up. So when you apologize, remember, even with the situation, he's in the friend with his car with his Jeep, that Jeep, and he pulled a gun out and all this stupid nonsense. He got in trouble for something else before that. He apologized. And so the guy, obviously, it's like there's no change. I just did the apologies just to, try to make myself look better, and it'll go back. Fuck it. You know what? It's whatever. Because when you're around the wrong type of people, you know what they're not going to do? Yo, Ja, look, man, you have a career. You in the NBA, don't fuck that up running around doing stupid shit, man. You know what? You don't even need to be around us. I mean, we cool like that. We family or whatever the hell. We close or whatever. We got you. But don't be doing stupid shit to get yourself in trouble. You think that people going to tell you that? Nah. Real niggas do real nigga shit. That's what they going to tell you. So you walking off the damn court, holding your hands up as if you got a gun, like you know what I mean? What's the purpose of that, man? You are 25 years old. But see, this is what people don't understand. You ain't see Michael Jordan doing no shit like that. You ain't see Larry Bird doing no shit like that. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't see Clyde Drexler doing no shit like that. You ain't see Dan Marley doing no shit like that. You ain't see Charles Barkley. Nobody was doing stupid shit like that. In fact, you didn't see people, you didn't hear basketball players sitting there talking about, yo, fuck them niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? We out here doing this shit, man. We real niggas, my nigga. We doing this and that. And nah. But the generations that came after them, they sit up here, nigga this, nigga that, whatever. You saw the House Party movie, the last one, that whack shit, where they had the so-called party at LeBron James' house. So y'all niggas really wanted this and this and this and that, right? Do you think Michael Jordan would be going back and forth with Stephen A. Smith, involving himself with stupid shit like that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Scottie Pippen has been talking all this shit about Jordan, saying a whole lot of shit. Have you seen Michael Jordan even engage in that shit and sit and do a video to even try to... He's not involved in it. Here's the thing. If you had a problem with me, you know how to contact me. Why are you making videos and... No. Then it just so turns out that Scottie Pippen had a book coming out, right? Yeah, of course. And still going. Still trying to make himself relevant. And out of everything that you can do, if you want to sit here and feel like you was cheated out of your career, which is bullshit, but if you want to feel like that, well, why don't you spend time telling people who might not know who Scottie Pippen is about Scottie Pippen instead of talking shit about Jordan? See, but this is the mentality. Dog eat dog type of world. I don't care about nobody. I just want what I want. You guys find a way. Think about how many people is looking at John Morant that's from his neighborhood in the same or worse situation that he was in. Okay, and places around the world, man, where, man, you went out and did something that we couldn't do. You went out and did something that we don't have confidence that we can do. And you ready to piss it all down the drain, trying to prove that you a gangster. Come on, man. It is what it is, and y'all can make all the excuses y'all want, but this is a grown man we're talking about. And basically, it's his life, his career, and if that's how low of himself he think, that he want to sit here crip walking out to the court and throwing up gang signs and riding around with gangsters and putting himself in that position, I mean, How smart do you have to be to realize there's some things that you just don't do? Anyway, that's my thoughts on this whole situation. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.